You can either message with Divya. එහෙම නැත්නම් අර මම අද මේ group එකේ message එකක් දාලා තිබ්බේ the link is open කියලා. That's my personal number. You can join the class. Okay. Sorry, you can contact me. One second. Stephanie has sent me a message. All right. Anyways, let's quickly discuss. Fourth question. A canteen which lies within the limits of a certain municipal council which charges 8% of the assessed annual value of the property as rates has to pay quarterly rates of 1,200. What is the assessed annual value? Quarterly rates kyanne just annual rates you divide by 4. So if I want to find annual rates, I have to multiply quarterly rates by 4, right? So the quarterly rates here is 1,200 and I shall multiply this by 4. I get 4,800. And then we have to find the assessed annual value. Now I hope you remember our formula. Annual rates equals assessed annual value multiplied by rate percentage, right? So මෙහෙම තමයි අපි usually calculation එක කරන්නේ. Now here annual rates we already found 4,800. My rupees දාන්නේ දැනට. I will, because this is just for the calculation. Assessed annual value they have not given and they want you to find. So අපි ඒක හැමම තියනවා. Then what is the rate percentage? Rate percentage they have given 8%, right? එහෙනම් assessed annual value දන්නේ නැහැ. Actually that is what they are asking you to find. So I will put it as X. Multiplied by rate percentage, they have given 8%. 8% means 8 over 100. Like this. Now I just have to find X. It's just simple calculation, equation calculation කරන විදිහට අපිට කරන්න තියෙන්නේ. So 4,800 here. This 100 when it's brought to the other side, it becomes multiplication. This 8 when it is brought to the other side, it becomes division equals X. So 8 times 6 is 4800. So I get X equals 60,000. That means 60,000 rupees. So I can get the assessed annual value as 60,000 rupees. Is that clear? Did you all get this answer? Others? Others, Namai? Okay. So fifth one, Mr. Silva, who owns a house assessed to be of annual value 30,000. One of Mr. Silva innawa. Mr. Silva may house එකක් එයාගේ house එක assess කරලා තියෙන value එක 30,000. Right? Shall I do the fifth question here? I'll do the fifth question here. Right? So assessed annual value 30,000. Then make a bigger question එකක්, right? So many things. I will just write a sketch. I can list කරගන්න. So assessed annual value 30,000. Okay, I have that information. Assessed annual value 30,000. Rented it for a year to Mr. Pereira. The monthly rent charged by Mr. Silva is 3,000. එහෙනම් Mr. Silva ට එන monthly rent එක 3,000. ඒක 12 වලින් multiply කරලා ඔයාට annual rent එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay. The relevant provincial council charges 4% of the assessed annual value of the house as rates. එතකොට rates විදියට කොච්චර යනවද? 4%. මම නිකන් list එකක් හදාගන්න so that it's easy for me. Mr. Silva has to spend 15% of the rent on maintenance. ඊට අමතරව තව Mr. Silvaට expense එකක් තියෙනවා maintenance වලට. එයා rent එකෙන් 15% spend කරනවා. How much of the rent is Mr. Silva left with at the end of the year after the relevant expenses are met, right? Okay. For Mr. Silva, what is the only income? For Mr. Silva, what is the only income? Yes, Maria, others? Others, what is the only or what is the income for Mr. Silva? Mr. Silva, Mr. Silva, yes. Rent එකනේ. එයාට rent එක අරන් අනිත් ඔක්කොම තියෙන expenses. Because assessed annual value කියන්නේ property ki value එක. ඒකට income එකක් නෙවෙයි. That's just the value of the property. So the only income Mr. Silva is getting is the rent. And then what are the expenses? Rates given ඕනේ එකක්. අනිත් එක තමයි maintenance given ඕනේ. Right, let's first calculate the annual income. So monthly rent is 3,000. You multiply it by 12, you get the annual income, which is 36,000. So this is the only income. Expenses වලට මොනවාද expenses? එකක් තමයි charges, annual rates. So we know how to calculate annual rates. Annual rates equals assessed annual value multiplied by rate percentage. So assessed annual value of this property, they have given 30,000. They have given as 30,000. They have given the rate percentage as 4%. That means 4 over 100. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel. We get 3 into 4 is 12. So 0, 0, 1,200. This is an expense, right? Then maintenance will be expense. So maintenance, 15% of the rent. Now total annual rent that Mr. Silva is receiving is 36,000. Eking 15% are given our maintenance wallet. So 0, 0, 0, 0, we have 15 times 0 is 0, 6 times 15 is second lamai. I think some of you have not received the link. I shall share the link with them real fast. Give me a second. Otherwise, Pawan, you're going to join me or not? Link එක. ඔයාලා කාටට link එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා මට forward කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? ඔය නැත්තම් Miss Divyaට forward කරන්න. Miss Divyaගේ number එකට. If it's possible only if you have your phone or WhatsApp near you and you receive the link, would you be able to forward that link real fast? Ah, no, actually I got the link. No problem. Thank you. All right. Okay, now we can continue. So yes, what do we get here? What is the answer you got? Yes, Maria. Others? Did you all do this? you should get 5,400. So total expenses, Monada, annual rates will have to spend when 1,200 and maintenance will have to spend when 5,400. So altogether, the total expenses are 6,600, right? 6,600. In the question, they're asking how much of the rent is he left with. The total income or the rent he's receiving is 36,000. The expenses are only 6,600. So balance is 36,000 minus 5,400. What did you get? What is the amount he's left with? Hmm? How is that possible? Can you check the calculation again? One second. Actually, my bad. 29,004. Correct. Rupees. So this is the balance that Mr. Silva is left with. Is this clear, Lama, up to this point? Any questions? Okay. So for both question number 5 and 6 for recorrections, I will give you 3 minutes. I will set a timer here. Quickly do the recorrections, Lama. Make it fast. All right, Lamai, your time is up. Let's move on to the next homework, which is question number 10, 13, and 16. Okay, let me get question number 10 to the board. All right. When a certain type of motorcycle is imported, customs duty of 15% of its value has to be paid. The value of the motorcycle of this type, which was imported, was 175,000 rupees. What is the value of the motorcycle after customs duty is paid? Do you remember that we talked about two methods how to do this? The methods dekama. Do you all remember the two methods that we discussed? Yeah. I will show you both the methods since you may have done in any of those methods. So, customs duty amount is value of the item multiplied by duty percentage, right? So here, value of the item is 175,000. Duty percentage is 15%. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel Vela. What do we get here? I'm too lazy to do the calculation. Can you tell me the value that you all got?
26,250.
Okay, Alia got 26,250. Maria too. Let me cross check. 0. 26,250. Yeah. Yes. 26,250. This is the customs duty amount. So they're asking the value of the motorcycle after the customs duty. So value after customs duty is, the motorcycle value is 175,000. Now customs duty is also being added. So what is the total value that we are getting here? Malami? 6 plus 5 is 11, 1 remaining, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1 remaining, 201,250. Correct. Good done. Him ogalage answers kiyawa nan, that would be very nice. Method 2 එකෙන් මම ඔයගලන්ට කිව්වා how to do this. Straight away you can get the value after customs duty. Value after customs duty you can straight away get. You take the value of the motorcycle, which is 175,000, and what do? You multiply it by the customs duty percentage, but you add 100 to that. Yes. So 15% now you calculate it as 115%. So 115 over 100. And if you do the calculation correctly, you should get the same answer. One step, but the calculation can be a little annoying. But it's totally up to you which method you use. Method 2 has a little bit of a slightly more complex calculation. It's a downside. Method 1 is downside. So you can pick which method you use. Roman number 2. At what price should the motorcycle be sold to make a profit of 10%? Then me customs duty badunata passe me 10% profit එකක් ගන්න ඕන. So එහෙනම් what do we do again? So usually ඉදිරිය ගත්තොත් එහෙම profit. So the value of the motorcycle now is 201,250 multiplied by profit percentage is 10%. So 0, 0, 0, 0, that would be 20,125. This is the profit. Then what should be the selling price of the bicycle? The value of the bicycle is 201,250. plus we are adding 20,125 to this. Then we get 250 plus 125 would be 75. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 221,375. Is this clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up first. Others? Okay. I will give you 1 minute for recorrections. Make it fast. All right. Then let's move on to question number 13. 13. If a businessman paid an annual income tax of 56,000 in 2012, according to the income tax rates implemented in 2011, ඒ කියන අර අපේ තිබ්බ table එක. What is his annual income? Now this is a little tricky. දැන් මේ කොටස පොඩ්ඩක් විතර tricky. ඔයගොල්ලන්ට answer එකක් ආවද මේකට? Really interested to hear your answers. Okay, Maria, can I know what the answer you got? Also, others, please let me know whether you all got an answer. Okay, I received Maria's answer. What about others? Kwanita gan sadhya karna hai. Alamai? Then මෙතන පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. So we know කොහොමද tax calculate කරන්නේ? Annual income එක එනවා නම් ඒක we divide into 500,000 pieces plus 500,000 and so on, right? And then first 500,000, you know, it's tax free. The next 500,000, here the 4%, ne? 4%, next 500,000, 8%. Oh, so this person is paying an annual income tax of 56,000 rupees. That means, is his annual income greater than 500,000 or less than 500,000? Greater. Okay, Basma says greater. What about others? What do y'all think? Yeah. If it's less than first 500,000, then this person doesn't have to pay tax. I pay 500,000 tax free. But මෙයා tax ගෙවනවා කියලා කියන්නෙම that means මෙයාගේ income එක 500,000 වලට වඩා වැඩි. ඒ කියන්නේ we know this 500,000 is already there. දැන් අපි බලමු මේ 500,000 තියනවාද කියලා. So once මම මේ 500,000 වලට කොච්චර tax ගෙවන්න ඕනද කියලා බලන්න. Right? So let's see. 4% tax කියලා මම topic එකක් ගන්නම්, so it's easy. Income tax equals, I'm checking for this 500,000, right? 500,000, 4%, 4 over 100. So 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel වෙලා අපිට එනවා 4 times 5 is 20. 1, 2, 3. So we get 20,000. So this person is paying an annual income tax of 56,000. But first, can a 4% tax in a set tax only 20,000. That means, is this person's income, annual income, greater than 1 million or not?
Yes.
Basma says,
Greater than 1 million.
okay, Basma says greater, Maria says less. Others, what do you think? Others, what do you think? It's greater. බලන්න මේ 500,000ම යාට income එකක් තිබ්බත් මම 500,000 වලට 4% tax දාලා හැදුවේ. Even then the income tax is only 20,000. But this person is paying 56,000. That means this person's income is even greater than this 500,000. This 500,000 is anyways there. This 500,000 is also there. එහෙනම් ඊටත් වඩා වැඩි මෙයාගේ annual income එක. All right? So let's check for the 8% part. 8% tax. Let's see. Income tax. Let's assume this entire 500,000 is there in this person's annual income. Let's assume this entire 500,000 is there and let's do the calculation. 500,000, 8%. 0, 0, 0, 0, we get 5 times 8 is 40, 0, 0, 0. I get 40,000. So when I get 40,000, that means now here 20,000. So you have to, let's see. Here 20,000 tax given, or 40,000 tax given. That means the total income tax this person is paying is 60,000. Now that's a problem. This person is only paying 56,000. But make calculation ke hatiyata me pay 60,000. That means this calculation is wrong, right? Do you understand that? According to the calculation, this person is paying 60,000, but according to the question, the person is only paying 56,000. මොකක්ද එහෙනම් calculation එකේ වැරදිලා තියෙන්නේ? මෙතන එහෙනම් total income එක 500,000 නෙවෙයි වෙන්නේ නැති. Maybe a little less than that. So එතකොට මෙතන 40,000 නෙවෙයි එන්නේ. එහෙනම් මම මේ මුළු එකම erase කරනවා. Because I'm very sure this person's income is less than 1,500,000. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ මුළු එකම complete වෙන්නේ නැහැ. So a little less than this. First 500,000, good. අනිවාර්යෙන් ඊට වඩා earn කරනවා. Next 500,000, that means altogether 1 million, all good. ඊටත් වඩා earn කරනවා. But 1,500,000 actually earn කරන්නේ නැහැ. A little less than that. Is what I said clear to you? Others? Others? එහෙනම් එයාගේ income එක මෙන්න මේක ඇතුලේ කොහේ හරි තමයි තියෙන්නේ. දැන් අපි දන්නේ නැහැ මොකද්ද කියලා. මම මොකද කරන්නේ? I'm erasing this whole thing. I know that it's within the 8% tax area, but I don't know what exactly it is. So, what is the income tax this person is paying? Yeah, total 56,000 pay කරනවානේ. Yeah, total 56,000 pay කරනවා. Out of the 56,000, 20,000 is already paid for this 500,000. එහෙනම් යාම අයින් කරමු. Because 20,000 is already paid for this 500,000. So let's remove that. So once you remove this, 56,000 minus 20,000, you get 36,000. මේක තමයි tax amount එක. මේකට කොච්චර income එකක් එනවද කියලා අපි බලන්න ඕනේ, right? So our formula, income tax equals income multiplied by income tax percentage. We are only considering the 8% tax part. මේ කොටස විතර අපි consider කරන්නේ මොකද මේ ටික already completed නේ. Okay? Income tax value I already know 36,000 because this person paid altogether 56,000. 20,000 was paid for this part. එහෙනම් ඉතුරු 36,000 මේ part එකට තමයි pay කරන්නේ. So income tax is 36,000. The income we don't know. We know that it is within this 500,000, but we don't know exactly what the income is. So I will put it as X. Income tax percentage, I know that that part has a tax percentage of 8%. So we just have to do the calculation. Here 36,000. This 100, when I take it to other side, it becomes multiplication. This 8, when I bring it to other side, it becomes division. So we have to do the calculation. 4 times 2, 4 times 25, 2 times 18. What did you get as the income, Lamai?
450,000.
450,000. Let me check. 8 times 5, 40. 8 times 2, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, 450,000. So we get 450,000 rupees. Now what is the total annual income of this person? First 500,000, we know no tax. Next 500,000, 4%. ඊළඟ 8% එකේ 500,000 මන only 450,000. Which means the income is 1,450,000. Is this clear to all of you, Lamai? Okay. Can you all quickly do the recorrections? Make it fast. All right, Lamai. Now we have one more question. What was the other one? 16th, ne? VAT, 16th, yes. All right. VAT of 15% is added to the monthly water bill of a household. If Pratapa pays a total of 1,725 as his monthly water bill, find the value of the bill without the VAT. Okay. VAT wala, that may avilla value of the monthly water bill plus the VAT amount. Right? Do you remember VAT wala method 2? In method 2, we discussed something like this. If you cannot remember, let me actually share that part, because you did you receive the whiteboard notes? Marco whiteboard notes upload kara EA. So you may have received the whiteboard notes. So මෙන්න මේ method එක ඔයගලන්ට මතකයිද ළමයි? This is something we discussed last week. This method, let me organize it nicely here. Okay. මෙන්න මේක තමයි මේකට use කරන්න ඕනේ method එක, right? Value of the item with VAT is value of the item without VAT multiplied by 100 plus VAT percentage. So that means here, this is the value of the item with VAT because he is paying a total of 1,725 including the VAT. So this is the value of the item with the VAT. We don't know value of the item without the VAT, so I'll put X because that's what they want to find. They want you to find. Method 100 plus VAT percentage. VAT percentage is 15%. So 100 plus 15 is 115%. Javindu, all good, right? So why didn't you check at 7? 7 class link you have to send a message to either Miss Vihari. Miss Vihari is actually Miss Divya. Miss Divya is the one who's coordinating the Hope WhatsApp. So Hope peke ogalang yar message it's actually not me. So I heard some of you are calling her teacher. It's okay, but it's not me. But message because some had technical issues, because of the LMS. All right, no worries, no worries. But next time, my number is also in the WhatsApp group. Other message mama because Miss Divya is the one who's coordinating everything. But hadisiye moka issue ekak Miss Divya response you can also let me know. My number is in all the WhatsApp groups. So namenut identify karagana pulang, and also my profile picture is there. So can, right? If Miss Divya is not responding. Okay. So whatever you're missing, Javindu, make sure you're watching the recording. All the previous recordings are also uploaded to YouTube. You can request the recordings of the previous ones, which you may have not received. I will make sure to upload tonight so that you can request it from Miss Divya. Okay. All right. So let's do this calculation first. 1,725 multiplied by 100, may 115 division with it. I already got the answer. Can others tell me what you all got? What did you all get here? But answers then keep back cover. So I assume that those are the right answers. 1,500. Did all of you receive that? Okay. Then I'm assuming that's the correct answer. Value of the item is 1,500 rupees. Unit take a height of Davalia. Okay, so that's all for homework. I hope everything is clear. Is everything clear, Lama? Give me a thumbs up, please. Saksarani, are you continuing the class? I think you joined last week, no? I think last week was your first week. I do remember. Yeah. Okay. Did you give the confirmation to Miss Divya? You may have received the link already, ne? Hari hari. She may have given you the LMS access, no? Okay. All good. Hari. Api amu last part takata. Put the topic simple interest. So when it comes to interest, single polyakila, right? Interest, there are two types. One is simple interest, the other one is compound interest. However, compound interest we're not learning in this grade. Grade 11. So in this grade, it's pretty simple, just simple interest. Because simple interest is already something you are quite aware of, right? But we will be discussing it a little bit more. Just put the topic simple interest. Excuse me. Okay. We'll discuss a few examples. All these examples are straight away from the textbook, but we'll discuss it on our own. Okay. So let me get a question. With the examples question, keep back there, but we will only discuss a few. There's nothing to write. Simple interest. When you take a loan from somewhere, you have to pay the interest. Loan neke amount additionally තව interest එකකුත් ඔයගලන් ගෙවන්න ඕනේ. That's how most of the financial institutions work, right? Bank එකක් වුණත්, වෙන financial institution එකක් වුණත්, sometimes people also give loans with interest, and some people do it as a business, and sometimes it's not very good because sometimes the interest rates are very high. Because I have heard this a lot, like certain people when they loan huge amounts of money, they charge an unnecessarily large amount of interest, right? So that's not very good. But if you get a loan from like a credited and a like another name, credible financial institution or a bank, then they offer you a reasonable interest rate. Okay, find the total amount that Senal has to pay to settle a loan in 3 months if he borrowed. මේකේ අපි චුට්ටක් ටෙක්ස්ට් එක වෙනස් කරමු. 3 years කියලා වෙනස් කරගන්න. You have to write the question. These are examples. අපි ටෙක්ස්ට් බුක් එකේ චුට්ටක් වෙනස් කරනවා. මෙතන monthly නැතුව annual කියලා දාමු. Annual. Here 8,000 නැතුව let's replace that with 80,000. All right. So this is the equation for interest, right? Interest for the equation එක තමයි interest equals loan amount multiplied by interest rate. Interest rate can be percentage, right? So this is the formula that you need to know. All right. Okay. So in this particular case, Senal මොකද කළා තියෙන්නේ? එයා loan එකක් අරගෙන දැන් අපෙන් අහන්නේ first of all we need to calculate the interest, right? What is the loan that Senal has taken? 80,000. So loan is 80,000. Interest is what I want to find. Interest rate is 2%. And they have given simple interest. Simple interest. That's very important. So how do you calculate 0, 0, 0, 0 cancel vela? You get the interest as 800 multiplied by 2, 1,600. So since this is the annual interest rate, may kata karana api annual interest ගැන. So annual interest is 1,600 rupees. Now Senal wants to pay the loan or settle the loan in 3 years. This is the annual interest for 1 year. Then what is the interest for 3 years? You have to multiply this by 3. This is the interest for 1 year. Annual interest can interest for 1 year. So to get it for 3 years, you have to multiply this by 3. So you get 4,800. Okay. So what is the answer here, Lamai? What is the total amount that Senal has to pay? What is the total amount that Senal has to pay? Hmm? No. එතන තමයි පැටලෙන තැන. Senal 4,800 ගෙවුවොත් මදි. 84,800. Correct. That is because now Senal wants to settle the loan. Loan එකක් settle කරද්දී interest එක විතරක් pay කළා හරියන්නේ නැහැ. You have to also pay the amount that you got as a loan. ඒකයි interest ඒ loan එක ගත්ත loan එක ගෙවන්නත් ඕනේ. You have to also pay the interest, right? So then the total amount that Senal has to pay is the loan he took is 80,000 plus interest is 4,800. So the total amount he has to pay is 84,800. Is this clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up if it's clear. Okay. You have to copy the question as well. I'll give you, I'll give you 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes to copy down. Quickly. Quickly, make it fast. All right, lamai. So, did you all finish writing? Okay. Let me see. Let's do a little bit of a complex question. Complex name, chutak, venas question eka. This will be our example too. If the simple interest that had to be paid for 2 years on a loan, 7,500 was 1,200. ඒ කියන්නේ loan එක අරන් තියෙන්නේ 7,500. මේකට අවුරුදු දෙකකට ගෙවන්න ඕන interest එක 1,200. They're asking you to find the interest rate. That means they're asking you to find the percentage. So loan is 7,500. අවුරුදු දෙකකට ගෙවපු interest එක තමයි 1,200. So we'll find the interest paid for 1 year. Let's see the interest paid for 1 year. So if the interest for 2 years is 1,200, the interest for 1 year is, you divide that by 2, you get 600. Okay. And then this equation. මෙන්න මේ equation එක තමයි දැන් අපි use කරන්න ඕනේ. Okay, this equation. So interest we already know 600. දැන් අපි මේ annual interest rate එක හොයන්න යන්නේ. අවුරුද්දකට ගෙවන interest එක 600. Loan amount එක 7,500. Interest rate එක කියන්නේ they are asking the percentage, right? They are asking the percentage means, so since we don't know what percentage is it is, let's put x percent. X percent කියලා කියන්නේ x over 100. X තමයි අපි හොයාගන්න ඕනේ, right? So x මේ පැත්ත ඉතුරු කළා. So here we have 600. And when this 100 is brought to the other side, it becomes multiplication. And this 7,500 becomes, when it's brought to the other side, it becomes division. So we have to cut and chop and do the calculation. 0, 0, 0, 0. Then 25 times 3. Here 25 times 24. And then we get 3 times 1, 3, 3 times 8, 24. We get x as 8. That means x 8 කියලා කියන්නේ එහෙනම් annual interest rate එක 8%. Is this clear to you, Ramai? Is this clear to all of you? Okay, quickly copy this down. Again, I'll give you like a time of 3 minutes. Make it fast. All right, Lamai. Is that clear up to that point? Shall we get on with a few questions straight away? Let's try to make it a little bit more challenging. I will let you do like 2 questions. ටිකක් අපි complex questions දෙකක් class එකේ try කරමු. So that when you are doing homework, you already have the experience of trying difficult questions. So let's do this one in exercise. In that exercise, shall we do question number 9? This is exercise 14.2. Exercise 14.2. Quickly do question number 9. Be a little careful what they're asking. නිකන් theory වලට කොටු වෙන්න එපා, logically හිතන්න. Right? That's the whole point in maths. Okay, make it fast. Lamai, let me know when you're done, please. Okay, what about others? Others? Who needs more time? Anybody who needs more time? Lamai? Okay, I think we can start discussing then. For what period of time should an interest of 540 rupees be paid on a loan of 1,500 taken at an annual simple interest rate of 12%? Okay, so interest. Have they already given you the interest also? Now that's super easy, ne? Right. Okay. I'm sorry. My bad. So we have to now, here what they are saying is, for what the total interest that this person has paid is 540 rupees. The loan this person has taken is 1,500 and at an annual simple interest rate of 12%. So then interest for 1 year would be, the loan amount is 1,500. Then annual simple interest rate is 12%. So when we calculate 0, 0, 0, 0, 15 times, 12 times 5, we get 180. Did you all get this number? Yes. So this is the interest for 1 year. But this person has paid a total interest of 550. Ahane kochra duration ekadda kiyala. Duration, the total interest paid is 540, but the interest for 1 year is only 180. So when you divide this, you get 3. So therefore, duration is 3 years. Yes, Basma, correct. Duration is 3 years. Is that clear? Let's do one more question. I want y'all to do a little bit of an advanced question. But we will commit to Ramarunai. How about we do mm, shall we do a question number 8? Because 8 is actually a little different. Let's move on to the next lesson. Just do question number 8. Make it fast. Quickly do lamai. Okay, Lamai, I think now it's enough time to do this. Did you all do? Did you all get an answer? Huh? Okay. Okay, so at what annual simple interest rate should a loan of 5,000 rupees be given to receive the same interest that is received when a loan of 6,000 is given at an annual simple interest rate of 8%? So, එක loan එකක් තියෙනවා, it's 6,000 rupees, එයාගේ interest rate එක 8%. එතකොට ඒක we can calculate the interest නේ. Same interest, then there's another loan which is 5,000 rupees. They're asking the interest rate. So let's first do this one. A loan of 6,000 rupees given at an annual simple interest rate of 8%. For this, we'll calculate the interest first. So interest is, the loan amount is 6,000. Interest rate is 8%. Six times 8 is 48, 0, that is 480. So this same interest is given for the 5,000 loan. Means same interest. For the 5,000 loan, they're asking us the annual simple interest rate. So we know the formula already. Interest equals loan amount multiplied by interest rate. So interest is the same interest. So it's 480. Loan amount is 5,000. We have to calculate the interest rate. Since I don't know the interest rate, I'll put it as X. So it will be X over 100. So X will be equal to 480. This 100, when you bring it to this side, it becomes multiplication. 5,000 becomes division. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. We get X equals 48 divided by 5. So 5 times 9 is 45, 46, 47, 48, taken 3 remaining. That means 30 is 5 times 6. Did you all get the rate percentage as 9.6, Lamai? Did you all get the rate percentage as 9.6? Yes or no? Can you all hear me? Sorry, Lamai, there was a connection issue. Can you all hear me? Okay, great, great. I'll share the whiteboard again. Okay. Can all of you see the whiteboard? Okay, so here X equals 48 divided by 5, you get 9.6%. Is this clear to all of you? Others? Others, is it clear? All right. For homework, can you all please do come back then. 15, 16, 17. Exercise 14.2, 15, 16, and 17 are the homework. Please do these homework and come. All right. Okay, put the topic equations. Put the topic equations. So in this equations lesson, Lamai, we are going to be talking about three sections, right? Ekak Tamai, we will be talking about simple equations. We will be talking about simple equations. Like x minus 2 is 0. Then what is x? So you get simple equations. Then the second part is where we are going to be talking about simultaneous equations. Then the third part is where we are going to be talking about quadratic equations. So these are the three parts of this lesson. We will do it one by one. Okay, if can you all write a sketch, make a tackle sketch karaga, so that you have an idea what we are going to be doing. Make it fast. Okay. Let's put the first subtopic, simple equations. Simple equations. Simple equations. Now these are like very, in previous grades also you have learned about equations, right? So these are not very difficult. But since now you're in grade 10 can O-levels ne, to chuttak advanced with simple equations in, okay? So let's talk about a few examples. Once we discuss a few, it will be clear. Example 1. 3 over a, 2 over a, 1 over 2. 3 over a plus 2 over a equals 1 over 2. So in this is an equation because the equal sign is there. Here there is one unknown algebraic term which is a, and you have to find a. Then Mitra, there's a small problem because a is not an dekaka. See, a is found in two different places. So it's a little difficult to get the value of a. So we want to make sure that a is only at one place. Mom, equation simplify. Here 3 over a is a fraction, 2 over a is also a fraction. Do they have, and they have to be added. So when two fractions are being added, we need to have a common denominator. Do these two fractions have a common denominator? Yes, they have a common denominator, which is a. Okay, now, since they have a common denominator, we can straight away add the numerators. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and common denominator is a equals 1 over 2. Now I want to find a. When there are two individual fractions on either side of an equal sign, you can do cross multiplication. මැද equal sign එකක් තියෙනවා නම් දෙපැත්තේ individual fractions දෙකක් තියෙනවා නම් we can do cross multiplication. That means may දෙනා multiply කරනවා, may දෙනා multiply කරනවා. So here a times 1 is 1a, and here 5 times 2 is 1a again. A times 1 is just a, right? And 5 times 2 we get 10. මම තව වැඩිපුර step එකක් විදිහට ලියනවා. 1 times a equals 5 times 2. Therefore, a equals 10. Did you all understand this? Others? Okay. Example 2. मैं टेक्स्ट बुक के तीन होता है मंगाने 3 over x plus 2 equals 1 over 2. Here also we have an equal sign and they put the individual fractions देखा समझती है. I mean in the numerator of course we have addition and all that. හැබැයි මෙයා ඇවිල්ලා එක fraction එකක්නේ. මෙයා තව fraction එකක්. They are on either side of the equal sign. So straight away we can do cross multiplication. Which means 1 is multiplied by x plus 2 and 3 is multiplied by 2. So 1 times x plus 2 is just x plus 2 and here 3 times 2 is 6. So we have x plus 2 equals 6. Then this 2 I bring it to other side, it becomes minus. So x equals 6 minus 2, that is 4. So x equals 4. Is this clear, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up. All right. Up exam. Third example I could discuss color, then I'll give you time. Ismail, are you there? Ismail, can you hear me? I didn't receive thumbs ups for about 2 questions, so I'm wondering if you're actually there. Drop a message in the chat box or you can unmute and let me know if you are in the class. Huh? Okay. Third question. 2x minus 1 minus 1 over 2x minus 1 equals 3 over 4. All right. So here, now x x is the only unknown term, but x's are 2 different places. That doesn't work. So what are we going to do now? We have to get common denominator. Do they have a common denominator? Do they have a common denominator? No. Not x minus 1. Common denominator කියන්නේ දෙන්නටම ඉන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දෙන්නටම අදාළ වෙන්න ඕනේ. That would be actually 2 multiplied by x minus 1. 2 multiplied by x minus 1 would be the common denominator. Because මෙතන x minus 1 තියෙනවා, මෙතන 2 multiplied by x minus 1 තියෙනවා. If I just put x minus 1, මෙතන 2 එකට වෙන දෙයක් නැහැනේ. So common denominator should be 2x minus 1. Now this already has x minus 1, but this doesn't have 2. So I multiply this side by 2, this also by 2. So I have 2 times 2, 4 here. මෙයාගේ කොහොමත් ඒ denominator එක තියෙන හින්දා අවුලක් නැහැ. We just put minus 1. Here we have 3 over 4. So 4 minus 1 is 3. 2x minus 1. And on this side, we have 3 over 4. Now we have 2 individual fractions on either side of the equal sign. So we can do cross multiplication. So may 3 multiply by 2x minus 1. Here 3 is multiplied by 4. So 3 times 2 is 6. So we have 6x minus 1. Here 3 times 4 is 12. So you can divide both sides by 6. So 6 cancel. I have x minus 1 here. Here 12 divided by 6 is 2. And this minus 5, I bring it, minus 1, I bring it to other side, it becomes plus 1. So x equals 3. Is this clear, Laman? Others? Others? Kwanitaya. Come on. Maria? Satsarani, all good? Satsarani? Okay. Okay, Lamai, I'll give you 4 minutes, 5 minutes actually. Quickly copy all these 3 exams. Yeah, no, I'll just add 1 more minute. Okay, 6 minutes. Quickly copy down these 3 equations. Make it fast. Okay, Lamai, did you all finish writing? Okay. Let's try. Just one question is enough. The rest I can give as homework. Shall we do go to exercise 15.1? Let's do M. Just that. Exercise 15.1 M. Make it fast. Quickly do. If you have any questions, do ask them. Yeah? Done, Lama, you're still doing. Oh, okay. What about others? Alia and Maria done. What about others? Sanjana done. Then Basma, Ismail, Jevindu, Satsarani, Basma done. Have you all finished? All right. I think that's enough time so we can discuss. So here we have two different fractions, right? And they need to be subtracted. So when two fractions are being subtracted, we need to have a common denominator. So here x plus 2 දෙන්නටම තියෙනවා. මෙතන 3 තියෙනවා. එහෙනම් common denominator එක එන්නේ 3x plus 2. If you take this one, it has x plus 2, but it doesn't have 3. So I will multiply it by 3. If I do anything to the denominator, I have to do the same to the numerator. But here x plus 2 is there, 3 also is there. So යාගේ මුකුත් කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. So what do I have? 3 times 3 is 9 minus 1. And on this side, we have 8 over 15. So equals 8 over 15. 9 minus 1 is also 8. So we get 8 over 3x plus 2 equals 8 over 50. Now we have two individual fractions separated by an equal sign. So we do cross multiplication. So 8 multiplied by 3x plus 2. On this side, we have 8 multiplied by 50. I divide both the 8 එකයි 3 එකයි අයින් කරගන්න ඕනේ because I need to find x. For that, I need to isolate x. So මම මේ දෙපැත්තම 8 වලින් divide කරනවා. So 8 cancel වෙනවා. Then මම දෙපැත්තම 3 ගෙනුත් divide කරනවා. Then 3 also cancel වෙනවා. So I have x plus 2. If I look at this side, 8 cancel වෙනවා. Right? And 3 times 1, 3 times 5, 50. So we have 5 remaining. Then x equals 5. This plus 2, when you bring it to other side, it becomes minus 2. So x equals 5 minus 2, which is 3. Did you all get this answer, Lamai? Okay. Others? In exercise 15.1, can you all please do Q&R? Q&R. In exercise 15.1, Q&R. So with that, we have finished this section already. Now this section is already done simple equations. Now we are moving on to simultaneous equations. So put the topic simultaneous equations. Okay, so simultaneous equations. Put the topic, please. Now simultaneous equations means, now in simple equations, there was only one equation. But now in simultaneous equations, we have two equations. Okay. So let's take an example like um, mhm. Let's take this example. ඔයගලන්ට හම්බ වෙනවා equation එකක් 2m plus 3n equals no, actually let's do a different example since this is the first one we are doing. 2x plus y equals a little change. I'm sorry again. X plus 2y equals 5 and 3x plus 2y equals 8. And you have to find x and y, the values of x and the values of y using these simultaneous equations. Simultaneous equations means you have a set of two equations, but you have to find both the unknown terms. So simultaneous equations, Karadi, there's a particular order of how we are going to do this. Like, so listen very carefully. First of all, you label the two equations. So I will label this as my equation number 1 and I will label this as my equation number 2. මුලින්ම equations දෙක label කරනවා. ඊළඟට ඔයා බලනවා now x terms දෙකක්, here there's an x term, here there's an x term. Here it's x, here it's 3x. Here there's a y term 2y, here there's a y term 2y. So what we're going to do is in these two equations ඔයා බලනවා common elements කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවද කියලා. Are there any common elements in the two equations? Did we do simultaneous equations in grade 9, Naman? තිබ්බ නේද? Simultaneous equations, yes. So that means you know already. But anyways, let's discuss. Is there a common element? I got one answer. What about others?
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
2y.
Okay. Yes. All right. Yes, that is 2y. Correct. In the chat box also, I got the answer 2y. Ismail, were you there in the class all this time?
Yes.
Okay. You didn't respond, so I was checking. That's why. But in by any chance, if you missed anything during the class, do request the recording and follow the whiteboard note. Huh? Okay. So we have a common element that is 2y. So what did we do first? We are identifying a common element. Good. So first step is done. Second step, we are checking the sign in front of the common element. Here the sign in front of the common element is plus. Here also the sign in front of the common element is plus. If the signs in front of the common elements are the same, then number plus and then number same. What we do is we subtract the two equations. හැබැයි හිතන්න මෙතන plus තිබිලා මෙතන minus තිබ්බා කියලා. Different signs now. If the common elements have different signs, we add the two equations. But if the common elements have the same sign, we subtract the equation. Here now they have the same sign. Meat plus, meat plus. So we subtract. So generally subtract කරද්දී ලොකු එක්කෙනාගෙන් පොඩි එක්කෙනානේ subtract කරන්නේ. So mea 8, mea 5. So equation number 2 is the bigger equation. So I will subtract equation 1 from 2. So 2 minus 1. Okay. So we have to do the same to left side and right side both. මුලින්ම left side එක බලමු. Left side එකේ second equation එක 3x plus 2y. Then we subtract. Minus sign එක දැම්මම always put brackets, right? Then first equation එකේ left side එකේ තියෙන x plus 2y. Then let's move on to the right side. Second equation එකේ තියෙනවා 8, first එකේ තියෙනවා 5. So 8 minus 5. So here we have 3x plus 2y. Here minus times plus x is minus x. Minus times plus 2y is minus 2y. 8 minus 5 is 3. Here we have plus 2y and minus 2y. දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? මේ දෙන කැපෙනවා. Plus 2y minus 2y 0 නේ කැපෙනවා. Then we have 3x minus x, that is 2x. So 2x equals 3. If 2x is equal to 3, I divide both sides by 2. Then I cancel vela. I get x equals 3 divided by 2. That means 1.5. Is that clear, Lamai? Give me a thumbs up. Others? All right. Now, just finding x is not enough. We also have to find y. Then to find y, I'm going to select one of the two equations. Let's me equation gannawa. Now, if you take second equation, first equation is the simplest one. So I'll take the simplest equation, and what I'm going to do is I'll write substituting in equation 1. So equation 1 x plus 2y equals 5. X plus 2y equals 5. Now we already found the value of x, right? The value of x is 1.5. Since we already found the value of x, here instead of x, I can put 1.5, right? So instead of x, I put 1.5. That's why I say substituting. Plus 2y equals 5. So 2y equals 5. 1.5 minus 1.5. So 2y equals 5 minus 1.5 is 3.5. Divide both sides by 2, you get 3 divided by 2 is 2 times 1 is 2, 1 remaining 15 can it 2 times 7 is 14, 1 remaining 5. So we get y is 1.75. It's not very nice that the very first example we are trying has decimal numbers, but still that's a reality, right? Did you all understand this question? Okay, Maria understood. Basma, Ismail, Sanjana understood. What about Jevindu? Okay, Alia, okay. Satsarani? Okay. I'll give you like 2 minutes. Can you all quickly copy down and then we'll do another example. Quickly copy down, make it fast. All right, others, have you all finished? Okay. All right. Let's discuss another example. So put example 2. Give me a second. Example 2. Let's take an example from the textbook. I want it to be slightly more challenging. Let's do this. 2m plus 3n equals, this is from the examples in the textbook, 13. 3m plus 5n equals 21. Okay, step number 1, label this as equation 1 and label this as equation 2. Okay. Then, are there any common elements? Are there any common elements? No. එහෙනම් එක්කෝ අපි m terms දෙක common කරන්න ඕනේ. Now you can say this is 2m and this is 3m. and ඒ දෙනව common කරන්න තියෙන හොඳ විදිය තමයි ඒ දෙන්නට common ඉන්නේ 6. So we can make both of the equations adjust so that there's 6m. එහෙම නැත්නම් here there is 3n and 5n. We can adjust this so that we get 15n. I decided to do this. මෙයා 2m, මෙයා 3m, I want it to be 6m. So that will be the common element. 2m, 6m කරන්න නම්, what do I have to multiply it with? To make 2m into 6m. 3. 2m, 6m කරන්න නම්, I have to multiply it by 3. That means equation number 1, I'm going to multiply it by 3. I can't just change this one only, because it's an equation. I have to do whatever I do to one, I have to do to everything. That means I have to change the entire equation. So I'm going to multiply equation number 1 by 3. So 3 times 2m is 6m plus 3 times 3n is 9n equals 3 times 13 is 39. So I got another equation. I will label this as my equation number 3. Then, how do I make 3m to 6m? What do I multiply it with?
2.
Correct. 2. So second, I can't just change this. I have to change the entire equation. So I will change, or I will multiply equation number 2 by 2. So 2 times 3m is 6m plus 2 times 5n is 10n equals 2 times 21 is 42. This is my equation number 4. Then mama consider කරන්නේ මේක. Now I don't care about equation 1 and 2 because I have changed those and I got equation 3 and 4. This is what I care about. Now do they have a common element?
Yes.
What is it?
6m.
6m, yes. Okay, so එහෙනම් අපේ first requirement එක හරි. They have a common element 6m, good. Second thing that we are checking is the sign in front of the common element. Do the common elements have the same sign or different signs? Okay, Maria, others? Do the common elements same? Yes, Ismail, same. Why? Math plus, they have the same sign. If the common element okay, then if the common element has the same sign, we subtract. subtract කරද්දී ලොකු එකේනා 42 පොඩි එකේනා 39. That means 4 එකෙන් 3 එක subtract කරන්න ඕනේ. So I subtract equation number 3 from 4. 4 minus 3. Okay. So on the left side in equation number 4 we have 6m plus 10n. Minus, I told you after minus always open brackets. Equation number 3 එකේ තියෙනවා 6m plus 9n equals 42 minus 39. Okay. 6m plus 10n minus times plus is minus 6m minus times plus is minus 9. 42 minus 39 is 3. Here you can see plus 6m and minus 6m cancel. Well, we have 10n minus 9n. What is 10n minus 9n? What is 10n minus 9n? 1n, yes. 1n can just 10 equals 3. See, easy. Now that we know n, we can use any of these equations. Equation 1, hari 2, hari 3, hari 4, hari. හැමතිකක් use කළා මට substitute කරන්න පුළුවන්. මේ modify කරපු දෙන්නම use කරන්න ඕනේ. If you want, you can use one of these also. I will use equation number 1. Substituting in equation 1. So equation 1, we have 2m plus 3n equals 13. 2m plus 3n equals 13. Now I already found the value of n as 3, right? So 2m plus 3, n කියන්නේ 3 equals 13. So 2m, here 3 times 3 is 9. When I take it to other side, it becomes minus 9. 13 minus 9 is 4. So divide both sides by 2. We get m equals 2. So from that, we can find the value of n and m both. Is this clear to all of you? Give me a thumbs up, please. So just as an example, if you take something like this. A question අපි කරන්නේ මම මේක ලියන්න time දෙන්නම් පොඩ්ඩක් මේක විතරක් අහගන්න. හිතන්න අපිට තියෙනවා x plus 2y equals 110. This is my equation number 1. This is a different question. අපි question එක කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම ඔයාලට පොඩි දෙයක් පෙන්නන්න යන්න. Next one, 2x plus 3y equals 109. Do they have a common element? These two simultaneous equations, do they have a common element? Okay, they don't have a
No.
common element. Yes. So how do I make a common element? එක්ක මට පුළුවන් x ව equal කරන්න නැත්නම් y ව equal කරන්න. x ව common කරනවා නම් what I have to do is මෙයා x මෙයා 2x. So ඒ දෙන්නව common කරන්න පුළුවන් 2x. So 2x කරන්න නම් this I don't have to change. Only equation number 1 I have to multiply by 2. Is that clear? Others? If I want to make the x part common, here there is 2x. මෙයාව 2x කරන්නනේ ඕනේ. එහෙනම් මේ first equation එක 2 වලින් multiply කරන්න ඇති. Is that clear, ළමයි? Others? Quickly tell. But if I want to make y the common element, මේ දෙන්නගේ common එක නා 6y. එතකොට මෙයාව 6y කරන්න equation number 1 එක මම 3 ගෙන් multiply කරන්න ඕනේ. Equation number 2 එක මම 2 ගෙන් multiply කරන්න ඕනේ. So based on this, do you think it's easier to make x part the common element or y part the common element?
X.
Yeah, x. because y කරොත් ඔයාට දෙකක් කරන්න වෙනවා. y කරොත් වැරදි නෑ, but y කරාම it's a little extra work, and time is always a big problem when it comes to maths. So ඒ වගේ වෙලාවට we just do it with x, right? ඒක මම චුට්ටක් explain කරන්න ඔයගන්ට කිව්වේ because that will be needed for homework. Also another thing. මෙහෙම question එකක් ආව කියලා හිතන්න. I will give you time to write that last part, but මෙහෙම එකකුත් මම නිකන් පෙන්නන්නම්. Let's say you got something like this. In a simultaneous equation, the x term and the y term both have to be on the same side. But here, that's not the case. So, අපිට මේක directly අපිට ඕන විදිහට can we use it however way we want in this same manner. Yes. So මෙහෙම තියෙද්දි මේ විදිහටම අපිට use කරන්න බෑ. Then what do we do? This 3y, I bring it to other side. Then that would be x minus 3y. එතකොට මේ පැත්තේ මුකුත් නැතිද? It's 0. And the other one, as usual, I can write 2x plus 3y equals 18. So මේ දෙන්නව තමයි මම simultaneous equations විදිහට ගන්න. Is that clear up to that point? All right. So I will give you a few minutes to copy this down. This last exercise. So last example. 2 minutes. I'll put a timer. 3 minutes. Sorry. Make it fast. Okay, Lamai. Mark the homework real fast before we wrap up. In exercise 15.2, first के let's do I and J, and let's do the third big question as well. Okay, is that clear to all of you? Is that clear? Okay. So from whatever we did today, do you all have any questions, or is everything clear? All right. Then let's others. Sanjana, Basma, Satsarani, all good? Basma, Satsarani? Okay, Basma, let me know. Okay. So anyways, we'll wrap up. We'll meet each other next week. Next week is a new month, right? And yeah, let's see each other next week. Have a great week until then. And good night, Lama.
Thank you and good night, teacher.
Okay, good night.
Good night, principal.
Okay.